Hello, welcome to this episode of Red Branch. Secret Fianna game, blah blah blah. I'm a Machiavellian schemer, whatever. You already know the deal. So, in the dormitories where most of the clients who cannot afford a house really stay, each people get assigned a specific, like it's essentially like a part of the big castle itself. It's assigned small little rooms. It's like a general kitchen area. Per like every couple of rooms, so people can come in and come out. It feels kind of like a college dorm, really, in some aspects of it. Except the college is a medieval castle, so woo. But sitting in at a small table in the dormitory that is now shared with Maeve by a certain firebrand redhead is a small table. A series of cards are laying out. There are Maeve, Angela, Carol, and Damien. I don't know why I stuttered over his name. But it's a box. The boxes are very nice. And written on it, Maeve will see is Cluedo. And Angela triumphantly slaps the card down. It was Colonel Mustard in the pantry with a spatula. There's like a stunned silence.
What? There's a spatula?
Yeah. She holds up the little card. Spatula.
Poor Maeve is as much shocked by a spatula card as she is by Angela somehow being the sleuth mastermind of Cluedo. Which she still calls Clue, and no one can stop her. Just rubbing her face like, I think I was actually less ready for the spatula.
Damien just kind of holds up his cards. I don't see a spatula. Yeah, it's the most confused, like, looking over at Carol, and she just gives a shrug.
Please tell me, like, it's is it even a convincing card?
No.
Or is it like
spatula? Do you know what I mean? Spatula.
She just cut a piece of paper roughly the right size and wrote spatula.
A little like squiggly line.
I think I would have had more respect for it if it was a wooden spoon.
Oh no, spatula. I didn't know if you knew it because you were American.
It's a frowny face.
It gives like that sticky out tongue, like. Bleh.
I have been dangerously close to several fine kitchens, and I have learned things about wooden spoons.
Well, no, I don't know who the fuck did it. Damien just goes, it was Professor Plum with the knife. You reach into the little box. Yeah, Professor Plum.
The fact that between Angela just finally being like, nope, actually I'm full of shit. I have no idea. And then Damien having it on the money. Yeah, that's... We've just laced out our cards like, I got nothing. That was it still in the pantry?
No. It was in the study. You hear Carol from behind looking over Damien. It was in the study. The dead voice. It was in the study.
Oh.
You can't tell if she's annoyed or you know what I mean? Or just Carol.
Yeah. Oh. Like, go looking for the piece of Professor Plum. Like, oh, that's a piece of specials.
You betrayed me for the last time.
There isn't a convenient jail on the board like there is a Monopoly. Just like plunks him back down on the fucking board.
But yeah, no, they're kind of sitting there. Another round of Cluedo begins, as Angela's like, leans into Maeve as the Cubs are playing, disagreeing, of course, because Angela's like, it was Mrs. Peacock. No. He like ticks like an angry ferret. You know what I mean?
Angela leans in, you say.
You doing okay?
Hmm?
Are you doing okay?
I mean, if you consider the situation, I'm doing great.
Here.
I'm playing Clue.
She gives a smile. It's like, oh, okay. She goes, turns to the Cubs. All right, children, pointing, and they're like slow turn looking at Angela. She's like, yeah, I fucking said it. You know what I mean? Why don't you give me and Mom about 5 minutes? Go and get food. Besides, there should be food. Go to the kitchen. Go on, Damien. Bring Carol. Carol just stands up, just like, you know what I mean? Makes that grumpy noise. Damien kind of twitches, nodding, like, yeah. No, food is good. Stimulates the brain. Yes. Angela will eventually turn. Are you sure you're doing okay? Because I don't mind sending the kids out to make sure you're doing okay.
You clearly don't.
No, well, I'm the father in this relationship.
You do wear the pants in this family.
I do.
Smiles faintly over.
I do. And they fucking know I do.
I mean, my world exploded, but I can't cry forever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, your world hasn't exploded technically. Give a smile.
Would you call it my backstory exploded?
Oh, no. Because, she's brushing Maeve's hair out of her face, If your world exploded, I wouldn't be here.
That's very true.
Exactly. So, she gives that little triumphant, like, haha, you see, I've came up with the solution all by myself.
It's such a fun smile because, like, oh, well, guess that checks out. All right. My old world exploded. It's a good thing I have this one.
Exactly. So, no crying, Missy.
I've run out of crying.
Oh, good, because I couldn't stand it. Not because, I don't mind you crying. It's just, well, I do mind you crying, hence the point. But, no, I'm just not very good with it.
It's just a lot.
I mean, of course it is.
And I don't know if I'm making more out of it than I should, but I knew them.
Well, here's the thing now, and I know I'm going to sound cold and callous by saying this, but fuck it, I'm a bitch. Yeah, turns Maeve's head over to look at the fierce eyes, you know what I mean? Oh. You're not a member of Sept of the Green anymore. You're not part of Sept of the Green. You don't have your family in Sept of the Green. So, You're here. Family's here. You're Fianna. You're home. Where you should be. Not with them. Not with that chaotic mess.
I know.
So there.
Promise I'm trying not to be a giant crybaby.
Don't be beating yourself up about crying. Of course it's not. But don't be letting it rule your life, Missy. Because I'm too important to be ignoring here.
There's a completely involuntary snicker because I am too important. Just you really are. you might wither away to nothing if you didn't get enough attention. You gotta have that.
I'm already wasted. She does a little like flop, like I'm fading away.
Yeah, maybe it hooks her back up, like, pulls her in and gives her a squeeze.
Besides, you haven't told your mom about me yet, have you?
Didn't we?
I mean, not really. She gives a grin. I mean, my grandmother knows about us. She gives that little playful smile.
Oh, I thought, wasn't there,
I mean, I'm your friend. I'm not your. Do you know what I mean?
it's a little bit of
Like
side
shoulder
story.
wiggle.
I guess I haven't, have I? She actually was kind of like, oh.
No, I've just been your mistress in the background, grinning.
You really don't like the background.
I mean, I don't mind being your sexy mistress in the background. No, I get to flaunt all my jewelry and stuff that I don't have. I mean, will they mind?
You want my folks?
Yeah.
There's a moment where she kind of knits her brows. Just, I mean, I don't think so. I guess it never occurred to me. It's not something we really had to talk about before. I hadn't really seen anyone back then. Just, crushes. But I don't think so.
She gives a smile. I mean, my grandmother talked to you about it, didn't she? She said she did.
She did.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Everything's
Very good. Probably the same altitude, I imagine.
Yeah. Probably. Are you happy? Do you take care of each other? Well, then, let's throw a party.
I think it's all, Fiona, I think it's the way of, we're going to chase passions either way. But as long as we remember, nation and all that, I think they don't really have an issue with it.
As long as you don't forget our duties and as long as we aren't hurting each other.
Exactly. You can see the Cubs coming in. They're like, look, even Carl has the good sense. It's like, okay, they're having a couple moment. Damien, come over here. You know what I mean? He's just immediately waddling back over. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, Carol just kind of catches him by the collar. You know what I mean? Kind of just steers him. Like, we're going to sit here and eat for a bit. You know what I mean? They'll come over when they're ready. You know what I mean? It's actually like the room catches it quicker. You know what I mean?
Considering how flat she tends to portray herself, it's always funny when she picks up on things just fine. She just doesn't emote. So it's funny that she's the one who picks up and has to snag him.
Well, he's so preoccupied with his own little thing. He's in his own little world sometimes, really, Damien.
He's like reordering his green beans on the plate.
Yep.
Getting them all parallel.
Yep. You're goddamn right he is.
Walking along, poking his vegetables, gets snagged by the collar.
Pretty much. Oh, we're going over here. It sits.
All right. Still oblivious. Still poking his green beans.
I just am not interested in your mundanities. These things need to be in order, goddammit.
Yeah, it's one of those things that come back in, and Angela and Maeve are sitting a lot closer and talking quietly and all like, heads kind of bowed together. And Carol's just like, nope, we're going to sit over here.
And third wheel in this, yeah. So Angela kind of leans in. You're okay with that, are you?
With telling them?
Well, all of this. That idea. And because she leans in. Like, I know I'm not gonna. I don't mean it as an insulting way, but a lot of the American Fianna don't really,
Don't get it?
It's not that they don't get it. It's just they forget the appreciation. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just making sure that you don't get kind of lost in the tradition. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty good at it, but no, in this, I'm happy. She actually gives, catches one of the hands to give a squeeze.
Oh, good. She gives a nod, like, oh, I'll put it like this, Maeve. Angela doesn't do these big, like, soppy foppy things. She just, she knows the subtleties of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that means the world to her, but she'll never show that. You know what I mean? Ever.
I mean, it's why she says it. It's a very clear and important statement to say, to grab her hand and say, I'm happy like this. It's everything that she could possibly need as reassurance. We could talk about the details, but in the end, this is the part that matters. So,
Exactly.
She's not going to get big and like bally about it or start waxing romantic, but it makes the point. She catches her eyes so she can see. It's very earnest. It's just
Because I'd marry you if I could, She gives a wink, like.
I'm sure everyone would be utterly scandalized.
I think I'd break a whole generation's hopes and dreams, particularly the nobles. I'd do it. Nods, sagely.
That just means that anyone who comes along to
Oh, they know.
do their duty would be the mistresses, wouldn't they?
Oh,
It would take away your mistress title.
It would, and I envy that greatly. Besides, any fella who does come diddling around to get up your fanny on, they'll know. I was here first. Oh.
Angela's territorial displays are always... Maeve always ends up at least 2 shades redder. At least. So it's the, that again. Yes. I seem to fondly remember this being a thing. Who?
I mean, it's fine, healthy working relationship and all that, but I was here first. She gives a smile, like he.
Besides, everyone.
Besides, nobody can make a scream like I can. She gives it like a little playful, like tongue, like the tongue just snakes out, like bloop.
There's. Maeve is still easy to embarrass. It's yep, that is. Whew. Yes. So, well, I can't imagine anyone even competing.
Oh, no, never. Curtain's over.
Never mind that being in the middle of that competition, as satisfying as it might be, might kill me.
Oh, there's no competition. She just takes a sip of whatever drink she has down before. Do you know what I mean? She's there's no competition. Just be on about it. Do you know what I mean? Besides, I did actually want to mention to you, now that I do have you to me all my lonesome and you're looking incredible, but my own ovaries aside. Just gives a grin over.
It's a smile.
I've been pitching around the word that you had from that little meeting.
Oh?
I mean, it's getting mixed reactions. Some people are a bit more open to it. Some people are not. We're going to need a bigger name, guru-wise, because myself, Fiona, and all that. Kinfolk-wise, yeah, we've got the the goal and the gumption. Do you know what I'm saying? But your name's going to help as well. You're a MacFionn. Got Foster now. It's good foreign, and I don't mean foreign as in the America. Do you know what I'm saying? But you weren't born. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So having a good name here, good. Fianna Seps classically, and this is the hilarious bit. Nepotism is the thing. Do you know what I mean? So having somebody that's on the home team, it often adds to it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
Like someone who was raised specifically on the South, or just
Yeah, guru-wise, who's got enough of a pull. Play to the home team just as much as you play to the away team.
I mean, ironically, the ones who have the best links to people born here, especially of influence, are all of you.
True. That is, she kind of gives Maeve the frown, like, but that's why I'm advising you to swing for the home team. Guru-wise, now I could point out some people that you could do. Am I being buttering you up? Prunes her hair. But it always looks good when the guru comes looking. You know what I mean? Besides, you got to get your name out there, Maeve. Got to start swinging politics. You can't be hiding behind me your whole life. Even though I am devastatingly attractive. I'm the one meant to be hiding behind you.
It's funny because it didn't have to be on sub. Seamus is way more versed in this than I am.
It's not about being versed in politics. This isn't deep, dark, and mysterious. You know, it whispers into your ear like playfully. This is just, you're wanting the thing done. You want people to be unified. So you know what? They see you, Cat. They see us starting to pitch little things. They see you doing it. It adds more to the statement. You know what I mean? Don't think of it that you have to be sneaky and secretive. Just, you want this done. It's important. It's almost as if you're passionate about it.
And who that is homegrown would I reach out to? I mean,
there's a good few people. There's Rory. It's a very good example. Now, the MacTieg thing will be difficult to sway, but it's a very good example. There's the Right Master. Could be a very good thing to include her in on it. In fact, she'd be one of the big names you could get. There would be the Tail Singer. There'd be Gravelwalk. Fiac.
Just the nod, because she's sitting here going, there's obviously people like Rory, like Daniel, like Fiac, but they're immediate relations to the kinfolk involved, and they can involve them, and it would seem almost stranger for her to come to them than for their own kinfolk to turn to the people closest to them and express it themselves. So it's when she starts saying, like the Right Master, the Tail Singer, Gravelwalk, like those ones, she's nodding like,
Even like Sulak may be a MacTieg, but you're a Theurge. She kind of gives that kind of spread of her hands, like, yes, he's a MacTieg, but he's also a Theurge. She's kind of adding that little, like, see? You could even add a whole spiritual element to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Drost. All these names that people remember. Who knows? Like, Drost, I'll say this. She moves and scooches in the Drost has been around as long as Rory and all the rest of them have. He may not have a big name, but he's been around.
And he's the kind of man that when he speaks, you listen.
Exactly. Same with Right Master, that'd be a big one. She is massively respected. Tail Singer, Jesus. It's all about pitching the ideas. You could even... Hell, I'd recommend Farah, but she's a bitch. She's good, though, but she's a bitch.
Well, sadly, bitchiness, the levels are not a thing we can really take into account for these.
Plus, she's a Shadow Lord, so she's an extra bitch. She's like bitch magnified.
I think of all of them, it almost makes sense to go to the Tail Singer first.
What?
It would soften the pinch to literally anyone else.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's not about being schemy, hoopy doopy. You know what I mean? It's, you want a thing done, and for the good of the people and the good of the sept, it's
not conspiring, it's getting the word out.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking of it as that.
Oh, there's a bit of a smile and a nod, like, okay, that making it into the change in perspective helps her dramatically. You could tell when it comes down to like conspiring, she's like, cool. I don't know about all this. I don't know what to do with this. But when it comes down to you're passionate about something, get it fucking out there. She's like, oh, that's not conspiring at all. That's just being hype. Okay.
You can make as much political moves by stomping around and charging about something than you can sitting in a dark corner and scheming. You know? Just gotta know who the right people are to go to about it.
Do you know who's been the oddest about it?
I wouldn't say oddest. I'd say people have legitimate concerns. I wouldn't say they're being odd. The MacTags have concerns. That's what I said. And that's legitimate. Like, if you want to include the McNamara's, these concerns are gonna be raised. Some people are worried about the current climate. It could be a sign that we're locking ourselves away from things, which is, again, it's a legitimate concern.
It seems strange to say we're locking ourselves away when it's just about
people are
us together.
People are very sensitive at the minute. Give us a smile, considering what's been going on. Can you blame them? People are scared, but I'm sure you could pitch it the right way.
Yeah,
there has been some concern, right? I know Eve McTighe is raising some concerns, not to countermanage. It doesn't look like counteracting. It doesn't look like she's trying to denounce the idea. Perhaps she's been suggesting a different approach.
What has she been saying?
From what I hear, it's more like, yes, go back to the tradition, go back to the old ways of things. We shouldn't be concentrating on the banners, more so that we should be concentrating on the guru themselves, building up the warriors, building up the tales, building up this thing. You know, it's the Septa's legacies. It's a similar ideal to yours, it's just a different methodology. I mean, it's credible. She gives us like as much as Angela. You can see as much as Angela doesn't like Eve McTighe, she gives a shrug. Like, it's credible, but I prefer your way because it's actually more uplifting. Hers is very staunch and traditional. It's a McTighe perspective. Do you know?
It's very traditional. It's not that it's wrong. It's just I don't want to put up only a fraction of the people to accept. I want everyone to be able to celebrate the same thing.
Like I said, it's a very McTighe perspective. She gives a smile. That is the nicest Angela's being about it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, bless her.
But I prefer your way. And our family's on board with it. I know that much. I think our family's been all very like that anyway.
Never wants to turn down a celebration.
It's not even about celebrating. It's very just being open. The McCarthys are very open people.
You are.
So it's kind of, it suits the way we think and the way we talk, and it's that sort of way. I don't really know what the Magnus' view on it. Fiona's been very guarded on it, but then again, that's Fiona, you know. I think they're playing it careful because they want to see how the wind is swaying. Which again,
everyone has a reason to have to look outside when they decide what they're going to do. Some.
Like I said, look, Fiona's my best friend. She is best friend in the whole world. But that girl is clever and that girl is careful. That's who she is.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be relying on her too heavy. She's gonna play careful. And that's not to say not to rely on Fiona. You know what I mean? She gives a smile at Maeve, like, don't you overthink this.
No, of course. Just don't
put your cards in. Don't put your chickens in all the hens. You know what I mean?
I catch it.
I know she may be radical, but remember, he's going against the grain. It's good to see, but just keep that in mind. Keep like pruning Maeve's hair.
Oh yeah, Maeve is very receptive to preening. She likes physical contact. All the little gestures, they they put her at ease. As dumb as it sounds,
Oh, it's what you notice. Angela's the one leaning into your ear and saying this, and it's very much like, as much as Angela is that kind of rebellious, like she still, you can see she still understands that you're the guru. So I'm going to be the one that's suggesting you to do this and pushing you forward. You know what I mean? It's very playing into the role that she was probably thought. It's just she's doing it her way.
well, she's nodding along and does glance aside. I will. I'll start with the tail singer.
Yeah, I mean, don't be fucking waddling up as if you're, you know what I mean? Just be yourself.
Well, that's a relief. That's easy.
Oh, good. Too uptight. Rubs her shoulders.
Only when it matters.
True.
Which is a distressing amount of the time now.
True. You need to relax.
I am trying.
No, I know. I'll kidnap you one of these days.
Promise?
Oh, well, don't be making me promise. Then I'll do it right now.
In front of the children? Kind of grinning.
Oh yeah, grinning.
What? She like sits up a little bit like, I see you. You do it. I need to start disengaging her. Oh.
Well, look, you're in your nice little dress, so don't be tempting me.
If only it was that easy.
Oh no, it's easy. I've been fucking gawking at you most days. You've
I
just
bet
been
he's
too
about
busy.
to tempt you.
You've just been too busy. Give it a smile.
Oh, I'll have to make sure I get all of my busy out of the way then.
Nods. Oh, I know. That's why I haven't been following you.
But she has or hasn't?
No, Angela's not kept hands off. It's just you've been busy. So Angela is giving you the space because you're guru and you know what I mean? It's that vibe. You know what I mean? Plus, you've been off with James, which she's assuming you've been off doing things. But aside from that, you have actually been busy with, the what's going on in New York and shit. You know what I mean? And stuff with Keane, and she's giving you your space. You know what I mean? Because you're doing your job. So she just want to blunder on top of you, you know?
I promise not to mind the timely reminders here and there to stop and smell the roses. Leans over and like sniffs her hair, like sniff sniff.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be getting it. She gives a smile. I'm just waiting to be in a position where I can afford to get it without getting in trouble.
Just a glance like, oh.
Gives a grin over. What? I don't want to get you in trouble. No, I don't want to get in trouble myself. But I'll be getting you.
I'll make sure to clear some of my schedule.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be watching.
For the perfect moment.
Oh, yeah. Gives a grin.
Then what?
Well, I'll whisk you away.
Sounds ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone needs a good whisking away now and again.
True. Or I might just fuck you behind the tree or something. I don't know yet. I'm trying to decide. Just gives a grin over, like playfully, like raspberry Maeve's cheek.
It's the fucking she.
Just
Oh, she wants to be like. She starts to do her huff puff and then gets raspberried and it breaks the pattern. Just bleh.
haven't decided yet. Depends on how hard I want you to blush after.
I can't decide which would actually make me blush more. Because one would be over very quickly, but the other one would involve a larger investment of
Over very quickly, young lady.
behind a tree? How long are you planning to take behind a tree?
I could take hours if I wanted to. She gives a grin over. She's taking a drink.
The risk level goes up significantly the longer you take behind a tree. There's only so many sides of behind a tree.
The risk level goes up. You're like, the risk level goes up, but Nanja just does that lean. That serpentine lean.
Oh.
I know it does.
Right, so I'll make sure that I have a nice, big, clear point in my schedule so that single tree privacy shields are not wholly necessary.
Oh, don't worry. Dactus Forest is nice and big.
It is.
Gives a smile over.
It's just yeah, it is. And if it's really lucky and it's misty, sound won't carry very well. But
Plenty of people here wear shit in the forest, Maven. Wouldn't worry about it too hard.
yeah, it's already happening. She's already turning colors.
You can see I just grin, just like it's like dit. You know what I mean?
It's the whole idea of like, yes, people hear weird sounds all the time. Will they think it's a spirit? Will they think it's a ghost? Will they think it's a dying animal? Fucking. I suppose if there are rumors the next day about horrifying disembodied screams or a banshee in the forest, we'll know we did a good job.
To be fair, I've seen your man over there fucking start yelling around like a crazy person, so I might think it's him.
Oh. Fair enough.
Smirking over.
Just the whole like, oh, yeah, that'd be great. Ugh.
You're not embarrassed, are you?
That depends on how many people happen to catch us in the middle of what we're doing.
Who do you not want to be caught?
And who they are.
And who they are. Do you know what I mean?
Terrible.
Like, oh. Like, who you worried about seeing you? Do you think it's going to be Lady Fiona?
You know, I think Fiona would just look at us like she was a disappointed mom.
Yeah, Fiona would just be like, ladies, please. You know what I mean? She'd tell you to just find a better place to do that.
Yeah.
Besides, Fiona can't say fucking shit. I know what she did in the forest.
What did
I
she
know
do?
what she's doing.
What leans in? What did she do in the forest?
She looks over at the cubs. She's like, shit. Carl, meanwhile, Damien's just like, you know, like glancing back at like the Cluedo table, glancing back at Carl. You can hear him. Can we go back and play yet? No. They're having an intimate moment in relationships, Damien. Shit.
Why are they so perfect?
Angelina. She got a blowy off your fella Seamus.
What?
Yeah, she told me the other day. They've been seeing each other for a while now.
Like the hands over her mouth, like, oh!
Oh yeah. Mr. The Weapon has been I don't think they've properly like, you know, she thrusts her hips. It's fucking Angela.
I'm surprised she doesn't just do the hand gesture, you know?
Oh no, she thrusts her hips. Because to the outside public it just looks like she's fucking gyrating on Maeve.
Oh.
Nobody even question it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's Angela.
It's just Angela being Angela. Oh.
Don't think they've done that yet.
Oh.
If they have, she hasn't told me. And Fiona would tell me. She just Fiona would tell me. But apparently he sent her love letters and everything.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just the eyebrows like, oh!
Mm-hmm. It's very serious, apparently.
That's why she was asking about him?
It makes me wonder though.
What?
So it's just very casually, It's like I'm just gonna stop thrusting on Maeve, because we don't need, do you know what I mean?
We don't need the kids to actually evacuate the building.
Oh yeah, I mean Carol just makes the most uncomfortable face. You know what I mean? Because oh fuck, all right, Jesus, we just played one game of Cluedo. Jesus.
Guys, Jesus. It was Cluedo. Wasn't that sexy?
Yeah, exactly. She picks over, takes her swig of her drink. Makes me wonder though. I see him flirting a lot with that Silverfang. All right, Maeve, I'm gonna give you this for free.
Oh
That
dear.
look is, yeah, you know, I know. Oh, you have time to defuse this bomb, Maeve.
I mean, isn't that kind of just his public bluster, though?
Is it?
Well, yeah.
Oh no, I'm just asking you, Maeve. You know him. He's your pack.
I mean, when we're in public, he even mock flirts with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure it's not anything serious. Besides, their families are fairly close.
Good. It better not be. Here's a smile, pecking your cheek.
Yeah. Oh. Had to disarm the Angela. You could see her go into the fucking, like, panic disarm procedure.
Oh, yeah. It's like I'm just gonna rearrange these wires and we're good. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Better not be. I don't care who the fuck he is. I'll rip his fucking cunny off.
I wouldn't put it past you for a second.
What? I'd kick him right up there and then I'd rip it off. I don't give a fuck how strong his sister is. I'd fight her as well.
You would.
What? And I'd win. Just because of grin.
All Maeve can think is like, oh, I'm gonna get punched by Eve. Oh shit.
Big Eve. Do you know what I mean?
Just like she could just imagine Angela going for it and Maeve having to get in front of Eve to keep her from getting Angela. Just like, oh, I'm gonna die. This is how I go.
But no, it better not be like that. Like, I'm all about different mates, alright? Now, currently, I have my eyes set on you and only you because it's just the way I feel at the minute. There's a grin. We've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Fiona's not like that. Leans in. I don't know if you've talked much about Fiona about that sort of thing, but I think you can realize. Hopeless romantic, she whispers.
I mean, I haven't. It seems kind of weird now, but no, I really haven't.
You should.
I should.
Yeah, she's a big lady, so she'll never. Do you know what I'm saying?
So what you're telling me is we need to have a sleepover or something, so she's not out in public and can actually talk like a person.
Just the little proud look, like, oh, there you go. Do you know what I mean?
Like this, the grin of like, are you telling me this can be solved with a slumber party?
You gotta remove the mask essentially from her. She hides behind it. I mean, she has to. That's who she is. She's the Rise daughter.
Yeah. And the only place she could possibly take it off is where there isn't a public to wear it for her. So
exactly. So, but she's not like that. She's that stuff that you seen Rory do with Sonia. She loves that shit. Have you ever seen that before?
Not before the hand fasting, which was made me die a little. That was adorable.
Yeah, that's what she lives for.
I mean, so just so I get it, aren't multiple wives like a normal thing?
It is. Oh, it is. It's just some people want to just have the one. Yeah. Rory hasn't taken another wife.
Whew.
Some people just want to be with that part. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Others, well, it's more complicated than that. Give it a shrug. Like for example, my granddad, he had multiple wives. Now he has the lead wife. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Dermot is my uncle, but he's from a different mother. You know.
Yeah.
It's just the way of the thing. It's traditional, but you still have the one who's like your lead wife. But Fiona, she just wants someone just for her. Do you know what I mean? Which again, I mean, it's not a bad thing.
I mean, considering how little she has, it's just for her. Can't really blame her, can you?
Pecks Maeve's cheek. Now you're getting that.
Yeah, it's a little quirk with a smile, like, aw, I got the approval kiss.
That's why I'm a bit protective over it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see why. We'll have to make room for a slumber party, too.
Mm-hmm. I think it's why Fiona, I believe she had a talk with you about me.
Mm-hmm.
She does the same. So, as long as he's not jerking her around and fiddling off and whispering all the lovey-dovey stuff in her ear and fucking other women like he leisures, I ain't got no problem. Just gives a smile at Maeve.
Of course.
I mean, I'm not going to be going up to him and going and demanding a fucking interrogation or anything. It's not my place. But you know what I'm saying? Just keep an eye out for me, will you?
Of course. I will.
Again, it's for Maeve. It's odd because Angela's Angela. You know what I mean? But it's these little things when she asks and you go, "Yeah, absolutely." It means the world to her that you just accept it. You don't tell her off for being hyperprotective or too aggressive. You know what I mean?
No, she just lays a hand on top of hers and says, I will. Again, it's one of those things that's a very brief thing to say, but it could pack a wall up, and she seems to be at least a little aware of that because she says it in a very, earnest way. It's not casual, it's not off the cuff like she's not paying attention. She just said, I will.
I'll give you that for free. It means the world to Angela because you can tell that's how it's usually treated, or Angela's being too aggressive, or it's that sort of vibe.
Aw. Bae. Cool. So yeah, no, she just reassures her. So, I won't. Though, if we don't stop conspiring soon, I think the other two will just leave entirely. Carol looks like she's about to try to escape.
How is she doing, by the way?
I mean, she seems to be doing really well. As much as
Oh, I know about her coach. I'm saying since I heard the fucking gossip. I don't think I didn't hear the gossip.
no, there's just like the
How is she doing?
That's a good question, actually. How has she been doing? I know that I'm sure she has been just fucking straight done with her in particular, but is she still clinging to that anger, or is she?
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell with Carol some days because she just goes and trains. You know what I mean? Like you can tell the damn parents aren't giving her time to stew on it. You know what I mean? It's just train and fight Tarv and train and do this. But Carol has been noticeably more quiet. You know what I mean?
Which is really an achievement when you think about it.
It's very subtle. Like she appreciates the banner you made for her. That's in her little cub room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like she put it at the foot, like the bed has like a chest of drawers essentially. So she's kind of draped it over that. You know what I mean? But Carol herself, she's been very distant.
Yeah, it's one of those. Well, I mean, she seems fine, and she presses it. There's a little splay of the hands. Just there comes a point where it's hard to tell.
Well, you and your pack are her fucking fosters, Maeve. It's kind of your job at the minute. Them parents can only do so much, but it's the fosters who are ones that are. Them parents teach it. The fosters preach it. It's that type of vibe.
Okay.
So if you want her to stay in the Fianna, got a gesture like jerk.
I'll talk to her.
All right. Anyway, I gotta go take a piss.
Oh.
Just eases up, goes over and like taps fucking Damien on the head, like jerking over. Go get the fucking. You and me, we're playing fucking go fish again. You fucking cheated last time. He stomps by and he just smirks to himself like, yeah, I did.
Card counting isn't cheating. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
That'd
Can't cheat if you're smart. It's not cheating if I'm smarter than you, Angela. Do you know what I mean? He does not say that though.
be a terrible idea.
You can hear some people chatting outside as well. You can hear fucking Eve O'Callaghan chatting to fucking Liam outside about fucking shit. You can hear also Fiach down the way being pulled aggressively along by somebody.
Beautiful. Do you want to do a brief camera swap first? Do you want me to talk to Carol?
It's up to you. You can introduce the sea moose however you wish.
Does the sea moose have an opinion? The sea moose is dead.
I mean, Seamus would probably either be with, top of my head, Fiona, Clara, Carol.
You could totally be coming back from the fucking gardens from after seeing Clara, because she's still getting the last of that fucking burn mess patched up, essentially.
Oh, he'd be with any of those three.
Well, actually, we'll swap over to the Lunar Gardens because, Clara at the minute. For Seamoose, since you've been going consistently over per your blue booking, Clara was chatty for a while. You know, she was Clara. You know what I mean? Then the news hit, and Clara hasn't really spoken since. She's just been like dead silent most of the time. She gets her bandages, she gets her things. Like the Right Master and Sulag, they do their job excellently. She's looking a lot more like Clara now again, not just Burns. You know what I mean? But she has been like a waif. She hasn't really talked much. She's eaten. She's taking food and water, but she hasn't said shit really.
All right, and what's going on? Is it just me and her? Is it?
I'm just getting my camera together. So far in the Lunar Gardens, this lady has been an ever constant presence. Big Vera. She's
Big
just been
Vera.
sitting there watching, not really saying much. She's not as talkative as other members of Foxpack. She's not as like loud and eccentric as Half Dan or Danny or Gravel Walk. You know what I mean? She's just been there. A constant presence also in the Lunar Gardens, mainly because, well, it's her fucking central place of business, really, is, of course, the Right Master. Just find my shit. Who has been ever diligent and ever... There it is. Ever watchful. You know, walking in and out, making sure everyone is taking care of as best as she can. But, you know, you can see of course, there's a deeply sympathetic look over at Clara every now and again. Vera's just been kind of doing this very silent sentinel vibe, just either sitting at the benches or doing her patrols, but always coming back and sitting down and always just around watching. But that's who's there currently at the minute. Clara's just kind of just been sitting down at her bed and just not really speaking.
All right. So Seamus will make his way up there. Probably, I don't know, whatever time of fucking day it is. It's that time of day. That's what time he's going. That time.
Time that time.
That time. That's the time of day. What time of day? This time. Anyway, he'll hold on. All right, that was weird. Anyway, yeah, he will make his way there, and of course, giving the acknowledgement towards Vera, the silentest of all vigils. That does give him a little bit of the credit because, well, she doesn't talk much. No, doesn't like that. It's fine. She's nice. Assuming she nods back or just
Yeah, of
stares him the fuck down.
She nods. She does actually. It's like a combination of both. Really, it's kind of makes it even more. She does that inclined play to the head, and then just fucking eyeballs the shit out of you. You know what I mean?
Well, all right. Well, she nodded. That's acknowledgement. That's a sign of she knows. That's cool. That's good enough for him.
That's half the fucking battle. Really.
Look, he's worked with her before. He knows what she's like. But what? After the news, this is Silver Fangs on high alert. So that it's the eyeballing's expected, especially the Gleaming Eye, because I believe she's Gleaming Eye, if I'm correct.
She is not. She is Clan Crescent Moon.
She's Crescent Moon, even more so.
Oh yeah.
But he will make his way up towards where Clara is. Bed? Is it a bed or?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like a stretcher out thing, but like they've designed it so you're not like lying on a stretcher all the time. It's like got comfortable like bed linen and shit.
Yeah. I'll make his way up and is she lying down? Is she set up? Is she?
Oh, she's lying down.
Standing?
It's kind
She's
of,
doing cartwheels.
oh yeah, she's like flipping around the plate. No, she's lying down. She only kind of stands up and participates when the right master gets her up to check her like arm, like check like basically like physio testing, like check how the arm is, check how the joints is. Other than that, she's just been kind of just lying down. She sits up for meals, but other than that, she just lies down and has the blankets pulled over her. You can see the golden, the kind of the silvery hair just sprouting out at places, but she's just been kind of lying there.
Well, he'll just make his way over to where, I mean, it's pretty obvious to see where the back of the head is, so to where she's facing. And again, just sitting down next to it, down that eye level sort of thing. So he leans forward a bit to look at her, tilts the head round so that if her eyes are open, which I am going to guess that they are, she can clearly see him. There's a small hint of a smile, but I mean, knowing Clara and how well she's good, and the fact that she knows Seamus, it's a little bit of a forced one. Hello there.
What's probably gonna break Seamus's heart into pieces? It's like her, you go hello. It's the eye kind of notices you. It's like she just turns, and it's just this very like slow. It's like she's slow to respond. Hello.
And she's been what, like over the past number of days, like full silent treatment, or
It's like everything's just slow. Like she talks, but very little. She eats, but very little. She does her exercises, but very little. It's like it's been cut in half.
all right. So her actually giving a response isn't a surprise.
It no, it isn't right. It's just not as lively. It's like, you know, Clara was always so chatty and always so
Yeah, definitely.
responsive to stimuli. It's like over the couple of days, her response to like general stimuli has just gone down, 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 down.
All right. So she, as per usual, slowly responds. Yeah, and he like lowers himself even more, so like drops down to his knees, so his like arms are kind of like when a child is like leaning on the side of a bed or something, kind of like that a little bit. Feeling any better today?
Um, she kind of lets out this breath. Not really sure.
Not sure.
Not sleeping very well.
Like rocks the head side to side. Have you done your exercises?
Not really.
All right.
Just didn't really see the point in that, you know?
Didn't see the point.
Yeah. It's like pulls the covers over herself. That kind of like, it's like I'm just gonna pull these just over so they like completely cover like every part of my body, like cut me off from the neck up, the neck down, essentially.
Does she cover her head or anything, or her face?
No, no, just leaves her face, but just covers everything else.
All right, no. It's just telling. I did just stay silent, watching her as she now curls up into the covers some more. Well, you know, there is a bit of a point, you know. There's always a reason for it. But
I suppose.
of course there is. Because I imagine the right master would hate to hear you saying that. Jesus.
Yeah.
If she heard me saying something like that, I'd get a smacked arse. My arse would have a handprint on it, be lit up like the bat signal.
Yeah, I suppose you're right there.
Well, if you don't want to do them with her, do you want to do them with me instead?
Not real much point, is there? It'll heal either way.
Aye, they'll heal. You want it to heal right, though, don't you?
Maybe, I don't know. Probably should do it, but I don't want to move.
Not at all.
I mean, not this morning.
Something happened this morning.
Didn't sleep very well.
Not very well, or not at all.
I mean, I don't really know. She kind of just the little hand snakes out and kind of rubs her hair. It's like she's not irritated. She's irritated by the fact that she's not thinking about it. She's like she's irritated by the fact she has to think about it.
Well, yeah, he kind of rocks his head round, so he's not like lying on the bed, but like his arms are folded on the bed, and his head like using his arms as a pillow, like literally, so he's eye to eye with her properly, rather than like looking at her side. Well, I don't think it'll help, but I'll admit I'm not doing much with the odd sleeping myself.
Oh, that's sad.
Tell me about it. But I did. I did bring you a few things, or if you want them.
What's that?
Well, do you want to sit up for me first?
Sure. She just eases up very slowly and shims. Yeah, she's getting skinnier. You can see it.
Oh yeah.
Just subtle signs, because the blanket's going to have to come down anyway. Do you know what I mean?
It's just like the wrists are a little bit thinner, the cheekbones are probably a little bit more pronounced and such like that.
Yeah, it's little subtle signs of weight loss.
Yeah, the places where it goes off first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he will, as she starts to pull herself up, just slide the pillow to her lower back so she's propped up a little bit. Comfy.
Suppose.
You got to promise not to laugh at this one, all right?
She was just tired little nod.
Because I fully mean this. I know this will have to be our little secret because I've not. Looks left, looks right. I've not done anything like this for nobody before.
Oh, lucky me.
But if you'll allow me, because I don't want to intrude or anything like that. Like gestures towards the bed. Like, can I sit?
He nods. He's a tired little. Yeah. Yeah.
And it does. Torna, this is an odd question, but it fits. What does her hair look like?
Oh, she's not washing it. I mean, she's getting it washed, but there's a certain pristineness. You know what I mean?
It's that like. So what I imagine is she's normally like very much in the picture. Like it's set. It's whatever she's done to it. I imagine now it's like bedhead sort of style, where it's getting a little bit, matted
Like-
and stuff.
It's getting matted mainly because she's just lying down all the time. Like her hair's
exactly.
washed. It's just that she's just plonking herself down. She's not brushing it. She's not pristining it like she always does.
Yeah. Sad as it is, that is perfect. Because Seamus has reached into his jacket. I mean, you could see it. It bulks out a little bit. There's a few things in there. So that's like a bit of a plasticky kind of clunking. And he pulls out, one of those like really like it's a pink one to start off with, but there's like really definitely like a woman's hairbrush, like the rolled one. He just pulls that out, holds it in his hand, places it down on the bed, kind of like just in front of him. So that gives a bit of a smile. Because I hear that it's quite relaxing when somebody else does it. And I thought, why not? It's the least I could do.
Sure. Why not?
You sure?
Not really, but why not?
Not really.
Yeah. Not really. I mean, I don't know. I want to waste your time, but hey, so that's what you want to get your kicks off of.
Why would I be wasting my time?
Probably got more important things to be doing than me.
What is more important than looking after one of my friends and akin as a Fianna? One that is hurt.
Suppose.
Yeah, and he will. And you know what, Torna, he fully believes what he's just said. Like, yeah, he will. Just very easily, very calmly, just trying to keep it steady. Not because she's thin. She's thinning out a bit. She's weak. She's tired. He doesn't want to hurt her. For the fuck's sake, he doesn't want to hurt her. She's been through enough.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine he's getting an odd fucking look, but yeah, he will just try and pull little bits of knots out of her hair in the end, and so it's just generally trying to help out by taking care of her a little bit.
No, Right Master's not fucking giving out. Look, Vera's just fucking. I'm like, huh? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it does. It's very slow, very careful process. Thankfully, her hair's not curly. Otherwise, this would be a fucking nightmare.
No, look, Seamus is a good planner, and if it was curly hair, Jesus fucking Christ, he wouldn't even attempt this.
Yeah. Otherwise, Seamus would be like, no.
That is a trap that I am not stepping into. But
Exactly
just
it's again, Seamus. It's sad because there's just very little response. She doesn't. respond to it that often.
Oh.
It's muted.
That it's one of those where it stings a little bit because I mean, just seeing a kin like this anyway is bad enough, but knowing that, like, if this was like 3 weeks ago or some shit, like she'd have either sassed him for it, made a joke or something, anything, or like fallen all over him for it. But this is complete opposite. But he still does it, and hums to himself a little bit as he does because you got to break the silence. Maybe she can focus on his humming. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe that'll help. But mainly that's for himself.
But it's just after a while, there's just just a market. Like she lets out a bit of a breath and just doesn't really say much. She just rubs. You can see her rub out her tired face. You know what I mean? Right, Master eventually comes over, like gives like a polite smile. I take it you two are doing all right.
As all right as we can do, Raya.
It's just a polite smile. She puts like the new sheets like down, and she just gives like the at the end of the bed, like there you go. We'll just leave those there, and it's almost like I'm just gonna leave those there, and it's kind of like if you want to take the initiative on that, there you go. I'm just gonna put these here, and she just gives the polite smile. And just seems to walk over. Then going to talk to like Sulag, who's doing other shit in the garden essentially.
Oh yeah, and he does. He carries on doing it while talking. Oh, looks like you're gonna have to get up now.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it now, or do you want me to carry on for a little bit?
I don't really care. Means I have to. I'm usually getting pushed to places anyway, so.
Getting pushed to places.
Well, I can't do much else. So.
All right. Dare I ask, is there anywhere you want to go to? First thing that comes to your mind?
Kind of scrunches up her face and it's all gone anyway.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's like when you say that, it's like her hand. Like you see one of her hands that's down by her lap. It does these weird kind of. It's not like it balls into a fist. No, it's kind of like these. It's like a jerk. Like it kind of twists to the side uncomfortably.
It just kind of looks over. Everything all right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
That's like I don't want to assume, Torna, but that seems to me like a lie. But
Oh, yeah.
if I'm needed to prompt a roll for that,
Nah. The way she's grimacing, like she's just constantly in just some sort of form of pain. Jesus, no. There'd be no way she'd be like. I mean, Seamus, you're seeing all the fucking signs. You know what I mean? No fucking way is everything all right.
and he stops, like goes back round to the side of to the front. Can I look at your hand?
Sure.
Just offers his hand out.
Yeah, she just places it there.
And what he'll do is just very softly, but like running, like not running. It's not the right word. Like massaging like the back knuckle, and like moving down the hand towards the wrist, because that was a bit of a jerk clench, and maybe pain, maybe something else. But let's figure it out.
Yeah, you can see it's the arm that's being healed. It's not that like it's damaged or anything, but the healing process, the right master said, you need regular exercise. It's to check. Like we've accelerated the healing, so certain things need to be made sure that they're okay. And her sitting there just like this news could have come at the worst possible time for her physical recovery.
Yeah.
Because she's not doing anything.
Yeah. And he will just again go down the wrist a little bit, seeing that it is thinner. Oh. Come on then. Let's get you up now so we can get these changed, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just little slow, like flips her legs over very slowly. Just eases up. Does a bit of a wobble because she's a bit unsteady. There's this awkward kind of embarrassed pull of her hair. You can see her like face starting to flush and everything.
Yeah, you make sure that he's like holding on to her hand at least, so she's got something to steady her weight on or anything like that. If she's a little bit unsteady, he'll be there. Like if she needs to, like whatever, like collapse on him or anything, if she does. But does she stand like fully, or
Oh yeah, she does.
just remember all the people that are here is me, you, Vera. Yeah, just us three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you two just looking after me.
Well, I've got you stood up. Do you want to at least walk around a little bit?
If you want to bring me, that's sure.
Yeah. Well, I want you to move around a little bit. That's all. I want you to get those legs moving. Yeah, I want you to get a little bit of balance back. Quite honestly, I'd like you to see more than just the Lunar Gardens, but if that's not what you want to do, that's fine. If you're not comfortable, it's totally fine.
Why would I be comfortable?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and you will. Just give her the options like, hey, if you want to take some steps, let's take some steps. I'm here. I've got you.
How does Seamus do this? What do you do exactly?
So, what he does is like, so imagine he's got a hold of her. So it's like got the one hand that she's kind of gave him, and she's probably is she leaning on him with that or not?
Pretty much, yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, your hands out. She just put her little gaunt hands around it.
Yeah. So if she's holding on with both hands, it's just the kind of like, just like would put one around her to keep her steady, like to hold her up so she's not like bent over or anything. So she's got a bit of posture on her. That helps with the legs. And keeps the other hand out in front so she's got something to hold on to and hold the weight.
Mm-hmm.
And what he'll do, just very, very easily, just telling her what he's doing. Like, I'm just going to put this here so I can keep you steady. And you know what? If that's all right, I'm going to take a few steps this way. We're going to walk over this part. And he will, like, lead her towards like a different part of the Lunar Gardens, not too far, because that's, well, first of all, don't want to trigger the Vera and don't want to trigger the Right Master.
So as you do your little steps, you notice what I don't know if it sets Seamus off or anything, but as you're plowing along, she's not trying to take her own independent steps. She's just mimicking yours to a T. 1, 2 step, 1, 2 step, wobble, 1, 2 step, 1, 2 step. She's not looking around the Lunar Gardens. She's just staring at just a couple of paces in front of her, just eyes fixed on a point in the ground, not taking in anything, not looking at anybody. Just 1, 2 step, 1, 2 step.
Yeah, no, that stings. I mean, he will try his best to hide it, but with everything swirling in his head in a minute, it's not as good as he'd like it to be. I'll put it that way.
Oh yeah. Like I'll put it like this, Seamus. Like if you're looking over the Right Master has the same look that you have. It's oh, honey. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how good these are, but I will say this: but Seamus he's holding it back because he's pretty good, but it's clear that like it's like one layer underneath that it's not like he's gonna break down and fucking cry because it's not his style, but it's like it's that the eyes are a little bit like Jesus. Like a little bit watered because seeing a kin, and not just a kin, a friend of his like this, an ally, someone that he would almost consider family, has a gleaming eye like this, man, it fucking breaks his heart.
So eventually eventually the little pad ends as you sit her back down. The Right Master just eases over. As Clara gets the bed, like she basically, while you're padding around, she changes sheets just effortlessly. It's like, oh, perfect. You know what I mean? So as you set Clara back down, I imagine putting the blanket back over her and all that. You take a couple of steps back, probably just to breathe, to be honest.
Yep.
Right Master just eases over, very, very, it's a very casual thing, not making a big deal out of it. just eases in. You know, and she gets you to like, oh, Seamus, why don't you help me just carry these out? And it's all natural, and she just eases over. Then once you put the dirty linen and wherever it goes, she eases over. It may not seem like it helps now, but these are the stages that people remember the most, and who was there for the stages. Everybody will come when she's better. She'll remember who stays when she was the worst.
Aye, right. I'm not the man to give up on a kin like that.
Never said you were, Seamus. But just remember that for yourself.
I'll certainly try, right?
She just gives his shoulder a little sympathetic squeeze. She's in good hands. These symptoms are the mild symptoms. The eating, well, I will monitor it and try and pick at it where I can. My concern about letting her go would be that Guru have many busy lives. I'm not saying she'll be forgotten, but when a person is already trying to make themselves forgotten, you could easily see how this could lead to a suicide attempt, Seamus.
I could. But, that's why she's here, and that's why you're doing what you're doing, right?
They're not. Her sister is obviously in a very conflicted state. If eventually I will have to release her, but I can hold on to her for a prolonged time due to the condition of her arm. When the time comes that the Lunar Gardens kind of gestures will be needed for the likes of Wounded Guru. She kind of gives that nod of her head like, you see where I'm going with this?
I can arrange a place.
Good. Preferably arrange it with her family. Just so there is no more. She glances over, with just a sympathetic glance over at Clara.
Hey, no, it'd be disrespectful to Fiona not to.
It's more for yourself too, Seamus. You can't carry everybody.
Doesn't stop me from trying, though, does it, Raya? No, it's a bit of a half smile, and a laugh at that.
No, it does not. Well, she just gives you the little shoulder squeeze and just seems to just plow along. I hear she likes flowers. Maybe that might brighten. He mightn't do much, but in this sort of states, she gives a shrug as she's walking along, just humming.
There's a... Because I had a plan with this, so with Seamus smiling to himself that little bit, knowing he's already one step ahead, he will turn to go back to where she is. Where Clara is, that is.
Oh yeah, Clara's just lying there.
he will just, sit on the bed, making sure it's like near the end, so he's not like, I'm going to sit on you sort of thing.
Yeah, I imagine so. Just fucking jumps on the fucking elbow drops her. Like, get better, Clara. Ugh.
Just RKOs her out of fucking nowhere. But he sits down. Does she have a bedside table or something? Or like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So I imagine like the hairbrush is probably on that. So he just takes that, makes sure it's like, well, puts it there, or make sure it stays there, puts it like on the side so she can see it. It's there if she wants it. But as he does, reaches into the second thing that's in his coat, and it is like he took a wild guess, but either way, it counts. Because apparently Seamus has extensive flower knowledge now. He pulls out what is a small, like, it's not a vase, but it's it's kind of like a plastic, it's almost like a teardrop shape, if you know what I mean. But it just like holds one flower in it. I don't know if you've seen them before.
I have.
Yeah, it's just one of those. So it's like almost like a weight with a little bit of water in it. And in it is like one white lily that just kind of pokes its head out a little bit. He just places it on the table. Kind of spins it around so like it's facing towards her.
Yeah, she just stares at it. Like her eyes train on it.
She looks at it. Just a little bit of a shrug. I took a guess.
That's all right, Clara. Let's see. Because your willpower has gone down exponentially lately. Ooh. All right, Seamus. Oh, the little ghost of a hand snakes out. And here's what's going to I am sorry, Seamus, but she reaches out to try and grab the lily. It's like it was the first impulse. It was like for that split second, that little catatonic state that she was in kind of snapped out of it, and she reaches, kind of fumbles her hands as she gets on it, and just tries to bring it towards her, but ends up dropping it because, like, you see the tears start streaming down her face. And it's like she goes into a panic attack. And just dips the covers back over her head after she drops it. Doesn't break anything. Like, it's not like she knocked it over and smashed it, but she tries to take the lily out, and just by the time she put her hands around it, she just starts, just loses herself. And then, essentially it's like adopt the defensive position, and just pulls the clover back over her face and back over her head. And but you can hear it. It's this breathing crying, essentially, which is it's the worst sound ever. Like I'm like, I know from experience, it's the worst sound ever.
Yeah, and do you know what? She does that, and Seamus has to grit his teeth a little bit again. Like, you know, when you grit your teeth, just like force your eyes shut because, man, that stings. That really fucking stings. Not the fact that what she did, but it's just, god damn. God fucking damn. But takes a deep breath in. Gotta be strong, especially here. I'll pick it back up, put it back on the bedside table. Gonna fluff it out a little bit because it fell. Just again, put it back where it was, facing towards her a little bit. And he will probably scooch up a little bit further on the bed so he's like in the middle.
Yeah, no, she's she just stays under there, doesn't come out, just still making that awful fucking noise.
I know she stays under there. That's fine. So he's gonna very tentatively, first of all. It's just like, you know, like not where her head would be, but kind of like where her shoulder would be, sort of thing. I mean, under a cover, you can kind of see where somebody is. Just very lightly. Just the gentle kind of like touch, just to see if she reacts badly or not.
It's like do you ever see when you touch something that's not ready for it? It just seems to just like the blankets like even make it's like they turn into even more of an armadillo like defensive like ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all right. Does that see? So she clutches him harder, puts his hand back in his lap. It's okay, Clara. It's okay.
Eventually, you know, Seamus just feels not an aggressive hand. Vera's, for all her strength, she has an odd gracefulness about her. He just feels that little hand set down, and Vera just leans down. Perhaps it is better if you give her time. One can only do so much in one day.
Right. All right. Yeah, but he will. He will turn back to Clara. As she is, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what she's doing. She can still hear me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, even through the nasty scream kind, as bad as it is. All right, Clara. I'll leave it down to you. I'm more than happy to sit here as long as it takes. I don't mind. I meant what I said earlier. But if you don't want me here, I can come back later. I'll come back tomorrow.
Like, you know, the sound just eases out. It's like she just reaches in Like you can see her, like it stops, but she doesn't lose the defensive ball. But the little ghost of a hand just snakes out and picks up the flower. Just brings it back under the covers. You hear like a whisper. Oh, I'll come back for dinner.
I'll make sure to put on a nice suit. Just for you. Yeah, and he'll ease up from the bed. You know, give the nod. Pat Vera on the shoulder because yep, I'm out now.
About
Tag
this
in.
bit. Yeah. Yeah, Vera just sits down, not near because she doesn't know what Seamus does. No, she just sits there and just this is my spot. I'm in for a long haul. Do you know what I mean? Whew.
And this is where I shall remain.
Exactly. But Seamus, you exit the old Luna Gardens. Yeah, except it's all bustling around the place. You if you're walking by the dormitories, you can see this lady right here is leading Fiek by the hand over towards the Sioux. Fiek just is like, no, please. Do you know what I mean?
Who is that?
That is the survivor. That is the woman that you would know that Mavis told you about. One of the survivors from the Red Ambulance, actually.
Was that the one me and Fake masterfully fucking calmed down?
Yes, this is her. Like it's like a total opposite. It's like essentially Seamus, you know, the way she was, but it's now it is like it's like looking at a completely different person. You're like, what in the
Yeah, no,
Lord Jesus, do you know what I mean?
It's like, you know, he's walking along and like, you know, it's like he's doing what he does best. He just push everything that just happened down. Yeah, sees them two like running and just like, huh. Sees Fake being dragged clearly. It's like, you're right there, Fake.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You look so uncomfortable. Hannah's like, "Come on, Fiak." Yep, yeah. He looks back at Seamus with just the expression of, "Oh dear." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just being dragged along. It's like, well, you know what? I ain't getting involved in his business, but if you need me to
Have you met Hannah, Seamus? You know, he kind of finally just plants his feet. She kind of like, you know, when you stop someone, she does that jerk forward a bit.
yeah,
Realize
rip the arm off.
Yeah, no, yeah. So someone has ceased. She kind of just whirls. You know what I mean? Have you met Hannah, Seamus?
Thanks. I can't remember what was she fucking called.
When you met her, she was called Jane.
All right. So yeah, no, he just kind of thinks, looks. He clearly said Hannah. Looks at her. Looks at him. No, I don't believe I have.
You'd be like, Hannah, this is Seamus. And she's like, oh, the hand just like, you know what I mean? Like straight out. Hi.
Just looks down, looks up. Well, hello there. Shakes the hand.
Hello. Everybody, my name's Neve, but everybody calls me Hannah. It's what I was called in school, you know. It's like Neve Hannah McGowan's my name.
Oh, is it there?
Yeah, so middle. It's like a double hyphenate middle name. So
Oh, you got a double barrel first name.
yeah, double barrel. Yeah, double barrel.
I see. I am just Seamus.
Just gives a grin. It's a pleasure to meet you, Seamus.
Ah, oh,
Mr. Fallon.
mm,
I prefer to call you Shame.
shame. Ah, shame. It's a shame.
Glances over a fake, with a smile on her face. It's weird as well, Seamus, because the last time you saw her, like her hair, like she was just so flat and dead. This is just
Like-
bouncy. Do you know what I mean?
The last time Seamus saw her, he was hugging Fiak, who was hugging her to get her out of the fucking situation she was in. So this is backwards.
Yeah, Seamus was like, I was emotionally now I'm just confused. Do you know what I mean?
But
Oh.
I must adapt to this situation.
So your Fiak was telling me that you're friends with him, and they say it in always the same way, which is probably the most jarring thing. Maeve MacFionn. Like it's like for a second it's like, bouncy, then dead. Then bouncy again.
That I am.
Great. You call her Maeve or you're Shame?
Actually, well, it depends. Do you want to hear a secret?
Oh yeah, I love secrets.
You like secrets?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one you can't tell nobody, right?
It's nodding.
Well, I don't believe she has a little nickname for me. But me being, no, we're in the same pack and all. She's my little Mavy Poo. Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
You should go call her that.
I call her it all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, all the time.
Does she like what does she do when you call her it?
It's mixed. Depends on the situation. It's like a curveball I like to throw into certain situations, But if you call her that, she'll get it'd be quite funny for me. I mean, I find it funny. But she not get mad, of course not.
I mean, why would she?
Of course not. Exactly. Why would she get mad?
Well,
It just smiles.
that is interesting. She gives a grin over at Fiak. I suppose I'll have to go meet Maeve MacFionn. I mean, I've talked to her, but grinning. I've heard a lot about her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of things you heard about it?
Oh, this and that. It's I like to be vague about my answers because it never gives anything away.
Ah, I see. One of those. And
Oh,
after
yeah.
I've just been trusting at first meeting and telling you a secret, look at that.
I mean, if you want to tell me a secret, that's your business. She gives a grin over the like. "Ee."
That it might be. Could be.
Besides, I think Fiak would rather me meet Maeve MacFionn rather than like Rory and his wife. Fiak's nods like, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? Just nodding. Like, oh, it's out of breath. Like, whew. I mean, Maeve is Maeve, right, James?
Yes, Maeve is indeed Maeve. Funnily enough, she's not somebody else. She's Maeve.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, just looking over at James with this look like, whoa, buddy. Do you know what I mean?
What? You looking at me like that, Fiak?
Oh, he just gets antsy.
But I'm sure that I could find Maeve if I want to go talk to Maeve. She should. Clearly, I'm not good enough.
I mean, you're good enough, Shame, but I want to hear you call her Mavy Boo or Mavy Poo. Mavy Boo Poo, either way. Besides, I haven't been to these dormitories, and I hear the dormitories are all the rage. So let's go with Feek's hand. Take Seamus's hand. Like, this is mine. Like, it's a grip as well. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Well, alrighty then.
Let's find Maeve MacFionn.
Alright then. Follow me. Gives a wink to Fiog.
Feek just has the expression of, oh, this is okay. Do you know what I mean? Oh dear. Just nods along. Feek just kind of eases up to her right, Seamus to her left. Actually, fuck it. Seamus walks, Feek walks beside Seamus. You know what I mean? Just leans in. As they're walking along, Hannah is leading, of course, because Seamus is. You're being pulled. We're going this way. Do you know what I mean? You may be leading me to the dormitories, but we're walking the way I walk. He'll just lean into Seamus. This one is new. I don't know if you've noticed it yet, but Hannah's been the new personality. Come around. It's been a difficult experience. She's very bubbly.
That's alright. I think she's wonderful.
Just keep in mind she asks a lot of questions.
Ah, that's fine. It's entirely fine. I can answer questions, but I mean, come on, Fiog. I'm not going to give her anything that's too fucking dangerous.
I know, it's just she'll catch you off guard every now and again. Mainly because she asks questions about, this, that, the sept, and then she hits you with them. Just he clicks his fingers.
Well, alrighty then. Thanks for the warning.
Just pre-warning you, because it's got me a few times.
Oh, I appreciate it. Like with his free hand that's not being ripped off as he's being dragged along.
Exactly.
Pat him on the shoulder, like, yes, thank you.
Here's the best part. Like, she doesn't know Meg MacFionn, but she knows where she is. I don't know how Seamus feels about that, but she knows where she is. She's doing right towards the dormitories.
Look, Seamus seen some weird stuff. This chick apparently has a homing beacon to Maeve. It's not the weirdest thing he's seen. It's slightly strange.
I mean,
Man,
did you look
look
at Feek at all? Did you look at Feek at all?
Yeah, I mean, he's looking at Fick the whole time. It's like, is this okay? Am I about to die? What's going on?
Help me. Feek, eventually Hannah lets go, and starts prodding on her own direction. Looking back, of course, to make sure you two are indeed following. Her other personality, Jane, did this as well. Her original purpose was to lure Maeve due to the blood, remember? Blood was the key. Maeve being high blood, she probably would have done this to you as well. Anyone with high blood, but specifically for strong blood like that? Yeah. Maeve MacFionn. She says it out. They're all same way.
Look,
Imagine the programming still
that is
there, just not as, wormy death.
Well, let's certainly fucking hope not.
No, it's not. I don't think. But she's been weird around the McNamara's too.
Well,
I've caught her following Chris from the trees a couple of times. Not maliciously, just following.
it's like the happiest little bloodhound.
I mean, here's the creepy part. when you think about it. You could see how they could lure you away.
Even more reason to be on our toes then.
Yeah. She's harmless. It's just
Is she the only one?
there's Jane, who's, I mean, you've met her.
The only one that's trying to lure people away is what I mean. Don't know what's out there for you.
I don't know. He kind of gives a glance over with like the most perturbed expression in his face, like genuine perturbed. I don't know. She's never mentioned anybody else, but then again, do you think did you think they'd let her know?
No, nah, of course not.
That's something to keep an eye on, isn't it?
That's exactly what I'm saying. See, look at that. Great minds think alike.
But in terms of her, there's Jane and there's Ashley and the real one. Ashley doesn't come out.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend I know a lot about this sort of stuff. I just play along with what I can see in front of me.
That's probably the smartest thing you can do. It's whatever they've done to her. Her mind couldn't handle it, so it made personality.
Oh, that's fine. I'm unhappy to entertain whichever one's in front of me right now.
Well, this is Hannah, the protector, basically, on the lore. She's gonna, the people she trusts, she guides you to a place where Ashley can feel comfortable enough to come out to. Then you have Jane, who's the shield. If the conversation gets too heavy, Jane appears.
Kind of looks like, huh?
It's all a defense mechanism.
Makes some semblance of sense.
Yeah. So it was a defense mechanism that doesn't put itself back together again.
It has she ever let anybody else around like that? Like just like she did me then after first meeting, or is that a?
You said you were friends with Maeve, you see. There's that lean in that, yeah. She does it to me because I've been her primary carer. But you said you were friends with the one that she was supposed to be tracking.
Hmm? Connecting dots, that's all fake.
How does Seamus feel about that? The programming.
Yeah, no, look, he's just had a very heavy fucking hour. This is also heavy. Seamus does not like.
It's yeah, this means it's very different heavy to
it's-
Clara. It's just
it is-
that's
Like this is like yeah, like he's pushed the Clara stuff down now, and he's like, all right, I am getting back to my headspace, and now to what curveball? Fuck me. It's just the looking at the door, staring of it's much like with trying to think of when it was. I can't remember. It's like when he first saw Terry when she was like half wounded and shit. It's just like, what have they done to you? It's that sort of feeling.
You know, if you can't give the glance over to Fakey nods. That's what they do. Turn our greatest things against us.
Oh, it's all right. We do what we can. You've been doing a cracking job so far, Fake. And if I ever get my hands on another one, then you'll know it. Because they'll pay for every little thing that they've done.
I know. I just worry people are gonna treat her as one of them.
Well, I can say for sure I definitely won't.
It's a start. I don't want her to be the next McNamara.
Well, I think at least between me and you, well, imagine me if we can stop that from happening.
Here's hoping, at least. And eventually, Seamus, you're interrupted by Hannah's like, come on. You know what I mean? Just yank.
Okay, it's just like, ugh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Maeve, you can hear her, you can hear, like, feel like, come on now, Hannah, don't be pushing him along. It's like, no, we're going to find Maeve McFionn.
I'm going to assume that essentially she's had a chance to just probably be sitting and chatting with Carol and just kind of checking on her and trying to carefully not push, because Carol does have walls. But just talking to her.
It's hard to get anywhere, Maeve. She just nods like, yep, everything's good. Training's fine. Training is fine. You know what I mean?
Yep. Much like the stuff I've posted in Blue Booking before, Maeve doesn't try to force Carol to answer. She just kind of comments and chatters and, glances over now and again. And I mean, Carol's learned. She doesn't even have to say anything if she doesn't want to. She can nod, she can shake, she can just, even eye contact versus looking away is something. And Maeve, doesn't try to stir her too far outside of her comfort zone. She's okay with Carol being Carol. So she's probably been chattering and honestly just using it as an opportunity to see where she sits and where her discomfort rises enough that she stops talking or stops even looking at her, and it gives her a gauge. She's not gonna push for details on how she feels about that exact instance. It'll probably get her angry again. But it's just, check-in, asking, notice that she'd been out for longer training and, extra sessions. Well, okay, good, not condemning her for anything, just has been taking the time to get a feel. Bullshit. Probably point out that the spatula card isn't especially convincing now that she sees it up close.
Oh, yeah. But you'll eventually hear which, I'm going to say, sounds a bit creepy, but she's whistling. But Seamus knows it too. Hannah whistles. And it's an eerie reminder of a certain spiral.
Yeah, having heard the voice. And then the whistling, it's very odd for Maeve to find whistling unnerving. That's, ugh. She will glance over to Carol, though, and just say, if you want to go check and see if Damien is finding ways to cheat at Go Fish.
She just gives a nod. Like, even Carol kind of, you can see that, ooh, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Look, Carol already has cub stuff to be ruffled about. She doesn't need to see adult stuff. So she basically gives her the easy out.
Oh, yeah, Carol takes it. But for you guys, I cannot find a version of this song that has whistling. But it's basically the tune that she is whistling.
Oh, thanks. I hate it.
But you'd recognize it. It's been sung to you before, Maeve.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I imagine that as the other three are coming in, Carol just kind of slides past, like, "Oh, excuse me, I'm just gonna bye."
Yeah, pretty much.
So they all do come in. Maeve does glance over from she is sitting, probably has her elbows propped on the table still from where she was leaned forward to chatter, and there is a game of Clue or Cluedo. The remains of it are on the table. She's probably idly even beginning to pluck up a couple pieces and stick them back in the box as they all walk in. Just a little wave. Morning.
Oh, yes, let's go, Seamus's hand. Hello, Maeve McJohn.
No.
I found you.
You did.
So did I.
Just an awkward way, like, hello.
Yeah, there's a glance over to Seamus. You probably cheated.
I didn't cheat. I never cheat.
Never ever?
Nope.
But yes, you found me. No, I just kind of a grin like, did I win? Did you win? What's happening?
Well, she sits down, just watching. Like, yes, I've done my job. I'm going to sit now.
But yeah, she, is picking up pieces. She does kind of like regard this piece of paper that has been cut and had spatula written on it like it's one of the weapon cards. It's just like, not even mad. Just puts it with the rest of them. Sticks it right on top. So now that you found me. Hello.
Hello.
We have met before, haven't we, in the woods?
Nod. Oh, yes.
It's always nice to see you, Hannah.
Just bright smile, but still staring at Maeve, fascinated.
And I mean, for Seamus' sake, like, yeah, there's always a weird kind of. It's not discomfort because Jane or Hannah or whoever is doing anything wrong. It's just there's always just that little nervous edge of she's never quite sure exactly how to proceed. It shows there's just that touch of awkwardness that comes out when she's a little bit out of her depth.
So, someone who is not awkward in these situations, being Seamus, as the silence fills, he just puts his hands on his hips, looks round. Well, I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Yeah,
I want one. And I fucking deserve one.
Big's like, you know what? Tea is amazing.
Yeah, you see, look at that. See who comes up with the bright ideas around here? Just kind of points around at Fig and Maeve. So just walking over to the kitchenette in the dorms.
She's the thankful look of like, oh, good, that's yes.
Tea? Anybody for tea? Maeve, have a cup of tea.
Please.
Hannah?
Yeah, tea. Tea.
Yeah? Tea?
Just gives a bright nod.
Yeah? Well, how do you have it?
Plenty of milk.
Plenty of milk? Any sugar? Are you sweet enough?
Oh, no. 2 sugars.
2 sugars? 2 sugars indeed, sugars. Well, where the fuck do they keep all this shit? Who moved everything around?
It's probably Angela. Felix just nodding, opening the cupboards.
Where the fuck are the tea bags?
I have done the glance away of like, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Where are they? Where the fuck are the tea bags? Okay. Oh, no, I got them. Don't you worry about that. Ah, see? Bloodhound me. So it's, as Seamus does when there is awkward silence to fill, it is just, I'm doing this, haha! And now I have milk. Haha!
Just a running narrative to fill the silence.
Yeah, exactly that.
It does give Maeve a little bit of breathing room, and he starts on his adventure, which is blessedly narrated blow by blow. But she'll finally glance over. So how did the fire crowns go?
Hmm?
To Hannah, just how did the flower crowns go?
Productive.
Oh, good.
Made one for Fiac and Nola, and I'll make one for your new friend. Just glances over at Seamus.
No, Seamus?
Mm-hmm. I met
I'm
him
sure
today.
he'd be delighted.
And since he's your friend, I'll make sure the flower crown is extra thick.
Why does it sound so menacing?
Yeah, Fia kind of looks over like, what the fuck did she say?
That's all you hear in the background is PG fucking tips. Who the fuck drinks PG tips?
Bless Seamus for filling that moment where it's like, how can you make a flower crown sound menacing? I don't even know what to do right now. But then Seamus for the fucking save. I am sure he will be very proud of it. But it is good to see you again, and all the way over here at the dorms.
I've never been.
No, it is good to see you out and exploring.
Oh, yeah. Does the McNamara boy come here?
It's a bit of a glance. Which one?
I've seen the one that follows you around.
Yeah, little brownet. Like can?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
Good. Then I have every more reason to come here.
Well, it is good to hear you'll be visiting frequently.
Well, Maeve McFionn is here. Her friend is here. And her McNamaran friend is here. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't follow.
No, your job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I'm gonna regret this so much. And how's that?
What's my job?
Hmm?
To find you.
Well, you are exceptionally proficient then. Yes, here we are.
Here you are.
And here I am. Chambers just puts the tray down with all the tea on it.
And here I am. Yeah, Fake
Yeah.
is awkwardly kind of sitting there, defensively takes some tea. And Hannah, meanwhile, brightly just like, oh, tea. Picks it up
Yeah.
and just is guzzling that thing.
Just like places it in front of her, places one in front of Maeve, gets his cup, takes a sip. Ah, I needed that.
Yeah, Maeve takes the cup with every evidence for relief, like, oh, yes, pausing conversation. Oh. Cherishes the tea. You make this better than I do.
Of course I do. You're a fucking yank.
The little pout she throws him, like, but I thought I was just impatient and took out the tea bag too fast, but little did I know.
Nope. Nope.
Just hard coded.
Yep. Entirely.
Well, I do hope that means you'll be on call every time I need tea.
Well, maybe, maybe not. You just have to learn to live without. It's very special, my tea.
It is. Always comes with such sterling company, too.
Damn fucking right. Like sits down like, yeah, you're fucking right.
Oh. How's Fia doing over there?
It's just fucking sipping his tea like, yeah, it's my day.
Well, I guess now that you've found me, is there anything you'd like to do?
No, no, no. I'm happy here. It's nice.
Okay.
She just stands up and walking around, sipping the tea, looking at everything in the room, picking up things, examining them.
She gets the spatula card. Da-na-na.
No, none like that. She's not interested in no fucking board game.
What kind of things is she checking out?
What stuff do you have left out here that belongs to you?
I mean, I imagine the only thing would be like she's probably got her swag like slung on the chair with her, but other than that, maybe one of her books or something, since she's out being sociable and whatnot. And what better way to be social than to awkwardly read?
Yeah, just picked up that. It's walking around.
Yeah, there's a glance after, like, oh, there it goes. There's like a questioning glance at Fiuk, like,
Sips his tea. Doesn't draw any attention to it, just
she'll give a shrug and just, you know what, she's just gonna let it happen. Oh, Seamus, have you had a chance to talk to Carol at all?
Talk to who?
Carol?
Bits and pieces. I was planning on seeing her this morning, hopefully.
Good. She's been a bit quiet lately. But
She's always quiet.
be able to start, well, quieter than normal, which I know sounds like it's impossible, but has happened.
Oh, she talks to me, all right.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's again just a stray glance here and there as Hannah's wandering the room and just kind of making herself at home. She won't stop Seamus from talking.
So, I will say one thing. I spent an awful lot of time at the Luna Gardens. Because I have. I know it's been my first place to go to a lot. I've yet to meet our mutual friend there, Maeve.
I've yet to. Sorry?
I've yet to meet our mutual friend there yet, Maeve. The eyebrows like that. No. Come on. You can think.
Oh, I imagine she's just back at the house.
What?
Unless you mean, she glances to Hannah.
I was talking about a flower girl, to be honest.
Oh.
Really? What type of conversation do you think I'm going to be having here in the dorm? Where everybody can listen in. Even fake. Aren't you listening in, fake?
yeah, I'm listening in. Yeah, it takes a sip.
Yeah, exactly. Look at him.
So, did Diana say something, or?
What? Well, I mean, I saw fake being dragged around by a lovely lady, so I couldn't help myself.
Oh.
And then she target locked.
She does that.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Oh, I met her during building. She's out making flower crowns. Running around with Fiuk.
Fair enough. She seems to like your things anyway.
She does. She does. Just wish I knew a bit better what would make her happy to do or say.
Well, that's why you just have a nice little bit of conversation and eventually it comes out.
Hmm.
Or you could just ask her directly.
A lot of our conversations end in staring. A lot of it. Like there's a little nod, like a lot of it, Seamus. Jesus Christ.
Well, I guess that, considering how excited she was to come meet you.
Hmm. It's funny, she hasn't come specifically looking before.
Well, I don't know if she was specifically looking, but then she said she'd heard of me and she'd heard that I was your friend, and then that was it. Target lock.
Well, apparently you'll be getting the lushest and thickest of flower crowns.
Good. I fucking
Reward.
deserve it.
Yeah, see, that's what I said.
Yeah. And I wear it all the time. You can't stop me.
I don't think I would really try.
No.
I know
I'd be
it's
I am the Daisy King.
the prettiest girl at the prom. It's
I just like sips like, yeah, fucking right.
Did Hannah just like gulp the tea and it's gone, or is she like carrying that around too?
No, she gulped that shit.
What do you think of the book?
What do you think of it?
I think I am very ashamed that it's an author I only just learned about. It's a very good story. And it's interesting the ways they tie the stories to the to actual history. Makes it feel real.
Does it not? Proceeds to start walking around again.
Yeah, it's funny because she just immediate disengage. Just look like sort of Seamus, like yeah, that you can see how holding a conversation becomes difficult.
He doesn't like you trying hard enough. Just like half smirk.
Pokes her tongue out.
Well, you just, you asked her a question. Oh, she asked you a question. I don't know how. Look, to be honest, I was only half listening. But you said like one line and then nothing else. Clearly, she likes everything about you. So if you say stuff about you, she's going to be interested. Well, then it's necessarily, do you want to tell her everything about you or not? When I say everything, I don't mean like all the hinky-dinky shit that I know. I mean like how you grew up on a farm and how that was really cool and all that. Did you know that, Hannah? Did you know Maeve grew up on a farm?
No.
Ah, see?
Hello,
Want to
mate.
hear?
Yeah, pretty much. Do. Sits.
Huh? She's told me stories about how she used to, help out in mucking out and all that, and sorting out animals and doing crops and little bits and pieces and all manner of farm stuff. Is that right, Maeve?
That is right.
It's a pretty big farm. By the sounds of it, if I remember correctly.
For a single family, yeah.
Okay, big farm for a single family.
All right, Maeve. The flood of questions you get is astronomical.
Oh God.
I will not go into detail because I do not want to spend like a solid hour talking about farming. But it's astronomical.
So for the main thing for me, is that the most clearly that she's ever spoke to Maeve? It's bearing in mind the fact that Maeve's reaction to just being bombarded with these questions.
Yes.
Seamus's face is just the smug grin of like, heh heh heh.
The more Maeve tells, the more Hannah asks. You went to this? Oh, why? Why'd you do that for? Do you know what I mean? That you give an answer, Maeve, she asks about 5 different questions related to that answer.
So initially, Maeve just reacts to the flood with answers, because that's kind of what you do. And to be honest, she's kind of taken aback by the sudden enthusiasm. But as it goes on, eventually she'll start working in counter questions. Oh, you did this. So I was like, yes, I did. Have you ever done this? In return, just trying to get bits back.
That's probably what gets Maeve is that, and Seamus. She oh, you did this. Oh, gives 1 or 2 lines. Immediate. Trains back onto Maeve like a bloodhound. Like if Seamus participates, she asks about 5 different questions. Seamus pokes for her 1 or 2 lines, straight back to the focus.
That's the thing. Seamus doesn't participate because Maeve said she wanted to have a conversation, so Seamus just threw the bait there.
But it's the same tactic. It is 1 or 2 lines about myself. Oh yeah, no, filler, and then boom, right back on it again. She's not nasty. She's just very interested, very intrigued. Absorbs that detail like a sponge.
I mean, to be fair, especially when it comes to things like, the property back in New York, there's no reason to really hide anything about that. So she does. She answers fairly openly, reasonably quickly. She'll keep trying to turn bits around and get, bits about this or that, or, do you ever remember, it's things like she wasn't raised necessarily with true Gaian rites, but her parents celebrated, the traditional Fianna holidays and did it in the traditional way. And she just always figured it was kind of a almost, outdated, her folks are just kind of, pagan thing. So, she'll talk about this, talk about that. Have you ever participated? Have you ever, done anything like that or heard about that or just, bits? She's not trying to get a life story. She's just trying to get little nuggets, anything really. But she's openly giving her whatever she asks about, up to a point.
But yes, would you guys like to end the scene there? Because I do need to eat and I haven't had breakfast yet. Food would be nice.
Can do. Would Seamus like to have any final thoughts on just how clever he is?
No.
Oh,
He always knows that.
yeah. Well, in that case, I suppose we'll call it a scene. To thank you, player, for playing with me. Thank you, SD, for STing for me. And we will see you next time on another scene for Red Branch. Da-na-na.